Q&A. Is it true Mueller is not with us anymore? Well, he's still alive, but if you if you're referring as to whether he was ever with we the people, the answer is an emphatic no. Period. A suggestion by one of the members about setting up a workers' cooperative banking system to handle all the monetary transactions. I'll have a more extended piece on that later. But it was in relation to the Manor World Holding Trust getting the funds out. And so this person was suggesting a workers' cooperative banking system. Now, the problem is not having a bank, but they currently control the platforms delivering all financial transactions. We can make financial transactions, but they control the platforms to a point anyway. So you could even have, even if we had a Manor World Holding Trust Bank, or several of them, and we wire to another bank, currently it goes through their platform and then they reroute it or block it. So it doesn't matter whether you've got a bank or you haven't got a bank until we fix that problem, and we will. And work continues to correct that issue. Are the human inhabitants of inner Earth living in the fourth or even higher dimension? To my knowledge, there are humanoids, not humans. There may be a few living in caves, but I think you're talking much deeper. To my understanding, there is some humanoids, but not humans, living in inner Earth, and certain zones down there do have the higher dimensions. Some of you may have travelled there in your so-called dream time. There's others you can't see because you don't have the right frequency. It's all about having the right frequency. Are they part of a positive force that is presently liberating the earth from evil? Overall, no. There are some who are helping, but they're not human. Some are helping. That's their choice. But the majority of them are being neutral. Nasara and Jessara bandwagon keeps hitting my inbox again. Oops. Neither's happening. I have no idea, to be brutally honest, what the hell Jessara is. I know what Nasara is. And it was a farming program for compensation for farmers, not for the general public to when they're going to get thousands of dollars or euros, etc. It's nonsense. Just nonsense. Perhaps Jessara stands for gullible entities swallowing all rubbish again. Who knows? When one watches scary movies and documentaries, are we actually opening doors to evil spirits? No. No, it's not how it works. It can put you into, depending on your own life experiences, it can put you into trauma. Depends on the individual. All the bloodlines the descendant of Jacob, later renamed to Israel. mentioned in the Bible, the royal bloodlines who are now the Cabal. Pretty much, not all, pretty much all the houses became one, and they all started intermarrying and all kinds of fun and games. Does dark technology, weather weapons, violate the treaty? No. I seem to be answering this type of question each week. The peace treaty is not a get out of jail card. It means that no one is allowed, non-human is allowed to interfere with human. That's the top and bottom line of it. Human to human, we have to fix it. Maybe we got a little bit of help about regarding that. We'll see later. With the scales not tipped in our favour in terms of good versus evil, how are we ever going to conquer the overwhelming amount of evil and depravity on this planet and restore balance? I look around and so many continue to sleep. They have no idea what's really going on, nor do they want to. And the Cabal plans continue to elevate the attacks. There's two questions on this. The other one is, are we winning the battle against the elite? It seems we have regressed. Well, it's all about perspective. And it literally comes down to your external view or your internal view. I see lots of people who have improved their lives, which has a ripple effect. I am privileged in a way to be part of and active in the what is known as the inner war, which is largely kept away from the public and oblivious to most people. We're winning that war heavily. In fact, in essence, we've already won that war. The fact that we're all still alive, which people seem to forget, is not an important event. Suggests we've far from regressed. We have gone forward far more than most people imagined. Now the problem is people are too used to everything being external. So they want to they think winning is getting the funds out, or winning is Bush's and Clinton's et al., Pelosi's and Mnuchin's getting arrested. They're external. And this war is largely 95% internal. It's the war for your mind. Well, have they taken over your mind? Or have you taken it back? Well, if you've taken it back, then we have progressed. The more that take it back, we have progressed. And as you can see with the Amazon employees, suddenly people are taking interest in some of the stuff that's the alt media and myself have covered. You know, it takes time. And that's another factor that people don't like too much. Everything's got to be done yesterday. Well, the argument I would make to that is this system has been going 16,500 years. It took them 16,500 years to build it up, and in less than a decade we brought it to its knees with a relatively few people, and I mean relatively few people. Now imagine what progress could be made if more people took part themselves, fixed themselves. The shadow and inner work you may not think is progress, but it is. You fix yourself. You've altered. You have been the change. if everyone changes into being a better version of themselves, and this world changes overnight whether we have a cabal or not. Recognise more of the small victories in and of yourself. Yes, the world is at times dark, scary, and fairly evil. But it's only been that way because we, the people, have ignored it for too long. But we are making extraordinary progress, really. Final question for tonight before we go into a short break. Can you do an audio program auxiliary to THI to allow us to listen to translated Galactic Council sessions? Can we here read both current and past transcripts of what our newly seated representatives, that is two, is saying on our planet's behalf? The answer to that is no and no. It all comes down to whether you trust the individuals representing the people. I'm not so sure. The council in and of itself is responsible for millions, if not billions, of planets. There's millions in this solar system or galaxy in and of itself. Do you think that they should allow a group of THI members to sit in and listen to what's going on? Think about it. And if the same applies, you try asking, can you sit in on a Freemason meeting or a government meeting or a military meeting or the Langley meeting or a Pine Gap meeting or the NSA? Ask, can you listen in to what they're saying on behalf of humanity? What do you think your answer will be? I think we all know that. THI reports back and has done on several events of interactions with the council, and will continue to do so when it's safe or a need to do so. Rest assured, the people representing will do the right thing for and by the people.